What's up, Get Fit fam? And shout out to everybody that's joined the 90-day Get Fit Challenge. Now, after doing all of these body ratings, something that we all have to admit is that most guys just do not have a chest. No chest development, possibly man boobs, or extremely iron board flat chests. Whatever's going on, majority of guys' chest gain is trash. And if you have a trash chest, I'll bet any amount of money that your bench press form is also garbage and that you're weak as hell in this movement. Therefore, I wouldn't recommend it to build chest, as it will take lots of time and lots of weight. I'm talking years and risky poundage that will probably result in an injury for those with improper form or without a full-time training partner to spot them. Today I'm going to give you 4 chest movements that are all safe and extremely effective. And right now I'm eating these damn donuts because for all my guys that are trying to get big and put on muscle, the muscle that grows is fast twitch, and that muscle feeds off of sugars and glucose. So processed sugar, which digests extremely quickly, is just a good idea to have before your workout, so it's nice and available in your bloodstream, feeding those fast twitch fibers so that you can push through some heavy, fast pushing, pressing, lifting, pulling, whatever the hell you're doing, and stimulate that muscle growth. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get ready to rumble. So the first movement that we're going to do, not only to warm up, but just to get a nice little pump going, is some push-ups. But we're going to do it with these dumbbells to allow us to get a little bit more of a range of motion, getting a little bit lower to the ground. More importantly, getting a nice stretch between the chest and the shoulder.
Space time.
Boy, go up then you can't imagine. High up in the sky, high like I'm Aladdin. Running out the race, running like it's Madden. Ballin' all these haters, ballin' like the magic. Riding the leg, hoes in the back, Carter he rollin' the back. I got a guap, I got a sack, I got these hoes on my sack. I got some drugs, I got a plug, devil he holding me back.
3 sets of concentration push-ups. You're gonna pause at the bottom, as well as pausing again at the top, squeezing and holding all the tension from your body weight in the muscle fibers of your chest.
Yeah, fuck your fashion. Green in my pocket looking like a salad. Hoes in the H, ain't got hoes in Dallas. Fucking haters, bitches, yeah, that shit my passion. Hit your bitch up, now she sliding. Hit your bitch up, perfect timing. I'ma beat it like I'm Tyson. My whole decade in a bison color, hoes and color diamonds. My whole life I just be rhyming, driving foreigns with no license, watching Aaron fighting Titans. You can't imagine these racks I'm having, these drugs I'm having. Yeah, fuck your fashion.
Space time.
Boy, go out then you can't imagine. High up in the sky, high like I'm Aladdin. Running out the race, running like it's Madden. Ballin' all these haters, ballin' like the magic. Boy, go out then you can't imagine. High up in the sky, high like I'm Aladdin. Running out the race, running like it's Madden. Ballin' all these haters, ballin' like the magic.
Space time.
Boy, go out then you can't imagine. High up in the sky, high like I'm Aladdin. Running out the race, running like it's Madden. Ballin' all these haters, ballin' like the magic. Riding the leg, hoes in the back, Carter he rollin' the back. I got a guap, I got a sack, I got these hoes on my sack. I got some drugs, I got a plug, devil he holding me back. I do not cuff, I do not wife, I'ma just run to the sack. shit my passion. Hit your bitch up, now she sliding. Hit your bitch up, perfect timing. I'ma beat it like I'm Tyson. My whole dick good in a bison color, hoes and color diamonds.
From an interview with Bob Guider, Bob recalls revamping an old York Crusher, which with even 5 springs is not that hard to close. They took the springs off, however, and upgraded it by using the springs from an Oldsmobile engine, which have much greater tensile strength, and they tripled the size of the York Crusher and bolted it onto the wall of the Duncan gym, essentially creating a station for developing crushing strength and training the pectorals in a most unusual way. In all honesty, one could say that the dumbbell fly is a similar movement. However, it requires one to lay down and lift the bells in an arc-like fashion. However, it can't completely replicate the movement or the contractile feeling of a chest crusher, and I'll explain why. The closest exercise actually that I feel and feels like the chest crusher has to be the pec deck. Even so, because it is a machine, it doesn't let you get under the weight, so to speak, as you are sitting in a fixed position in a machine and you can't use your utmost strength in this movement. You're basically locked in a specific groove that is determined by the machine. On top of that, both the dumbbell fly and the pec deck can be dangerous when approaching maximum poundage, in that the extreme range of motion places the shoulder joint, pectoral and biceps tendon under extreme tension at their weakest positions. The chest crusher, although allowing you to use progressive resistance in the form of springs, doesn't have the extreme range of motion of the dumbbell fly or pec deck, and is therefore less dangerous in that respect. Further, it is a relatively small piece of equipment that is also portable, taking much less space in a gym than a pec deck machine. The fact that the chest crusher is a portable piece of equipment allows one to exercise with it standing up or sitting down, or basically you determine the groove of the motion.
Yeah, boy, go up then you can't imagine. High up in the sky, high like I'm Aladdin.
Nobody built better physiques than the golden era bodybuilders. And one of their little special secret weapons was a device called the chest crusher. The thing is they go for about $350, and they're often sold out, which would indicate that they actually work. And the guys that used them had some of the best chests of all time. Now I'm giving you an opportunity to simulate that movement using an abductor machine. All right, guys, pay attention, learn it, put it in the arsenal, because it's fire.
Hit your bitch up, now she sliding. Hit your bitch up, perfect timing. I'ma beat it like I'm Tyson. My whole dick good in a bison color, hoes and color diamonds. My whole life I just be rhyming, driving foreigns with no license, watching Aaron fighting Titans. You can't imagine these racks I'm having, these drugs I'm having. I fuck your fashion.
Space time.
Boy, go out then you can't imagine. High up in the sky, high like I'm Aladdin. Running all the racks, running like it's Madden. Ballin' all these haters, ballin' like the magic.
I believe that every training session should consist of at least one exercise that allows you to safely overload. And for chest, we're gonna finish with this leg press machine, using it to imitate an incline bench press. Now, if you're familiar with the incline bench press, it's even riskier than the flat bench. It puts you in a very compromised position as far as your shoulders and your joints are concerned. And a lot of people tend to get hurt doing this with a ton of weight. Now, the sled itself of the leg press weighs 120 pounds, at least this particular leg press. I don't know about your gym, how much that sled weighs. It should tell you somewhere on the machine. The point is that you can increment the weight up to get to a maximum that you're able to push, all while having a safety step underneath the sled to protect you. Therefore, you will never get crushed. You will never have that weight come down on you. And guess what? You don't need a spot, so you can do this solo dolo, all independent, and that's what it is, guys. So that's pretty much it for this particular tutorial. I gave you tons of value in it. These 4 exercises will allow you to start building the foundation for a bigger and stronger chest immediately with no risk of injury. And then when you're feeling froggy and you want to get under the bench press and you want to do, dumbbell flies and you want to do dumbbell presses and you want to do all these other movements, I encourage you, do your thing. But if you need to get started fast and you need to move a lot of weight without potentially hurting yourself, you got it. Peace.
Space time.
Boy, go out then you can't imagine.